What up, world? I'm Steve. You guys are the crypto crew, and this is where we keep crypto simple and easy to understand. Today's video, we have another exciting one. We're going to be covering two things. First thing is what's going on in the market? Why have we fallen so much in the past 24 hours? The second thing we're going to be covering is the latest update of the death cross. What do we expect? A move up in crypto or move down in crypto? As you guys know, we were one of the first humans to cover the death cross a few weeks ago, and we've been incredibly accurate with our predictions of moves up and down. Now, I want to start this video off a little bit different. I want everybody watching to give yourself a pat on the back, and I want you guys to appreciate this moment, as stressful as it may be in crypto. And the reason why is a lot of you got in at 15,000, 16,000, 17, 18, and you're still here. So many people have sold everything and quit. And I give you guys a round of applause because you're here and you're learning. This channel, all about learning. So in that same breath, I want us to be honest for a second. A lot of you guys are on the wrong track in crypto. All right, that means you don't have a solid investment strategy and you need to know more about charts. Let's be honest, guys. My deepest passion is teaching. So do yourself a favor. I want to help you get on the right track now. Do yourself a favor, sign up to those classes. They're linked below, and let's get you on the right track. Now, a shout out to you guys, the crypto crew. Woo! Almost approaching 30,000 subscribers. I just feel blessed, and I'm so lucky to have you guys. So thank you all so much. Everybody that comes on and likes the video so fast in the comments is thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Now, just because I'm in this fresh pink jacket, I'm still not your financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but let's jump into the video, everybody. Now, we're going to be starting off with our normal Coinigy chart. If you guys are new, this site is called Coinigy. It's also linked in the description. It's what we use on all of our videos here. What we've got is our basic setup, right? We have the top one with our 50-day, 100-day, 200-day moving average. We have the RSI in the middle and the stochastics RSI at the bottom. We're going to be jumping into topic number one. Why are we down in crypto? What's going on? So we first have to back up, right? We had this death cross, and we talked about with the death cross, when it happened, it doesn't mean we go straight down in crypto. Nothing in crypto will ever go straight up or straight down. It's a process. For example, we've been in this correction now for over 3 months. So it is a process. Now, we need to dig into some details. So the last video we did, we were down here with the stochastics RSI, and we are at a point where about 12 hours after I launched the video, we had the cross in the stochastics, which means our momentum was heading back up. And sure enough, the momentum did head back up. We bottomed out at about 6,400, and we ran up to about 7,005. Just below 7,005, right around 7,004. And then we kind of fell apart. And everybody's wondering, why did we fall apart? There are 3 reasons why we fell apart, and we'll get to those right now. And they're right here. This is reason 1, reason 2, reason 3. Don't worry, we're going to go through it in detail. Reason 1, we're going to jump into this. This is the RSI. So remember, everybody, to all my intermediate students, you guys have free access here to Coinigy. You go to BTC USD for this chart. If you want to enlarge it, you just go to these double arrows right here, and that's this next chart that we're going to look at. So we just expanded the RSI, and there's good reason, 3 reasons why we have fallen recently. And I want to simplify it, as we always do on this channel. There's a lot to know in crypto, and a lot if you trade stocks or bonds or any asset class or anything that involves money. There's a lot to know. But if you want to know one thing, if you want to master one thing, there's only one thing that you really need to master, and that's support and resistance. I really stress it to all of my students. It sounds like the most simple thing, but it's the most overlooked. A lot of people become really good at it. I want you to master it. So if you guys are watching at home, pull up the chart, draw this line, follow along, and let's learn, all right? The first thing I want you to see are we've got 2, 4, 6. We have 6 arrows here. I drew those for good reason. Now, we drew an orange line here for the RSI rated about 40. We're rated about 41. And if you look back, this is when we went on our parabolic run, right, in crypto. We had support at 40 and Bitcoin went parabolic all the way up to 20,000 and the RSI topped up here at 95, okay? And then we came down and found support again right at that 41. And then we had resistance because we broke our support. Again, we have support and resistance. Resistance up here, support down here. Anytime we break either of those, they switch their roles. So support quickly becomes resistance as soon as it's broken. So that's what's happened here. We had support at 41. We broke it, and look at what we just ran into. We ran into this wall where it was a critical line. Anytime we have a critical line in charting where it's got several touch points and it goes back for some history, those are powerful points. And this was a powerful resistance. Now it's resistance because you can see here it tried to hold support. It didn't. We broke it. It became resistance. And that resistance is showing through now. That's why we've had that pushback. If we take it a step further, I told you guys there were 3 reasons that we fell apart. That was reason 1. The RSI ran into some big resistance. Now let's get to reason 2. The actual price ran into some big resistance. We have the price level at just around 7,500. So for my intermediate students, go to the chart. It's called BTC 7,500. You guys will have this to follow along while you watch the video. Now, if you guys see this again, it's a historic line. It's not just the past couple days or even the past week. We're talking about the past 4 months, right? This past 4 months, this has been a critical level for Bitcoin. And you can see here in the first arrow, we had some resistance, right? The second arrow, we made it our support. So it went from being our resistance to our support. Again, down here, we tried to hold support on this line. We bottomed out, but we held support on the line right where the arrow is. And then we held support on the line again just about a week ago on March, 2 weeks ago, March 17th. And then just recently, this resistance point. So that's reason number 2. So we had the RSI with support and resistance having problems at that level. We had the price with resistance at that level. And we'll get into our third reason as to why we've kind of fallen apart. All right. And this is something I touched on with my students. I sent them a message yesterday leading into our third reason. And I try to do extra things for all of my students and send them a personal message when things are getting a little bit crazy in the market, just to keep everybody even keel, because this next point is a bigger reason as to a concern I have with why we didn't have our move up. Now remember, before we get into this third reason, remember our stochastics, we had a cross about 12 hours after I had done our video. Normally stochastics, the momentum will carry us up, but it wasn't believable. And that's what I told my students in the message that I sent yesterday. It just wasn't believable because of volume. Now, we've got 5 arrows here pointing to volume. Now, what you need to know with volume is when we're in a situation like this and we have some disastrous moments where we're in a down market, what we need to have in order to change that momentum in the bigger scope. We've been on a move down for over 3 months, right? To change that momentum, to start to see our bottom. Everybody's talking about, have we seen our bottom? there's only one way to know if we've really seen our bottom, and that's volume. And I'll show you here. The biggest point I want you guys to know is here, because you probably all remember on, what was it, February 5th or February 6th, where we bottomed out at 6,000. I'm sure everybody remembers that. And we had a big, what's called capitulation, where we had a flush out. We had a big move down, and it was a little bit drastic. And that was followed by massive volume. This candlestick right down here, this green guy that the arrow is pointing to, was the biggest volume that we've seen in over a year. And that is the type of momentum that shifts. And you can see that move that we had in Bitcoin after that. That move was across the entire crypto market because of the volume. Smart money was waiting at that moment, and they got in. We haven't seen a true flush out, and everybody's talking about a double bottom, and we've been talking about it for a while as well. And a double bottom is typical in markets. Anything that has money and that's traded will typically have a double bottom, because a lot of people are waiting to catch that perfect moment when it's buying. And a lot of people miss the first one, and they're really ready for the next one, so a lot of money comes in. But we haven't seen a true flush out, and we haven't seen volume come in. So we haven't had a true turnaround like we had talked about. So when we're talking about, okay, is our next move up or is our next move down? Now we know the reasons why we've been down in the past 12 hours. Let's take a step back and let's try to determine where is the next move in Bitcoin. So we talked about the RSI, the price action, and the volume dictating the last 12 hours. Let's go back to our original chart and let's try to tell a story about where we could be going. So we still have the stochastics having an upward momentum. However, if you can see, we're starting to have some curvature. If we can go ahead and make these lines a little bit bigger, you can see this curvature start to happen. Tomorrow and the next day, we're going to be looking at the price action, and we're going to be paying close attention to our stochastics to see if we have a cross, which means our momentum will be heading back down. You can see that we still, no matter what happens, we still are going to have big resistance at this level. We're still going to be having resistance at this price level of 7,500 on the one-day chart. On the one-day chart for RSI 41, and we're still going to be having issues with our volume until it comes in. So those things will maintain. So we're going to be keeping a close eye on the stochastics. We'll see how our momentum starts to shift. But I think if you take a step back even from there, we still need a flush out of this market, guys. Let's be honest. We still have to have a proper flush out, and we have to have volume come back in. This has traditionally been happening forever in everything that has money. Again, we have to see this in the market to have a true double bottom. It has not happened. So I think if you take a step back and you look at the bigger picture, we still need to go down somewhere around this 6K level and have a proper flush out. So even if tomorrow and the next day we have a move up and maybe we battle 7,500, we're still going to be met with heavy resistance at 8K. 7,900, 8K is another important level, and I don't think we have the momentum to really get up to this 9K. And the momentum is really coming from the volume. I don't think we're there yet. So I think if you take a step back, we're still looking for a proper flush out. So I do want to touch on a couple more things, especially for the crypto crew, before I let you guys go. And one of them is very exciting. So we'll save the very exciting thing for a moment later. I mentioned to you guys earlier to really take this seriously and get on the right track in crypto. Guys, I put my heart, my passion, my soul, I put everything into classes. I love teaching. So I really want to get you guys on the right track. Do yourself a favor, sign up to the classes, down below. Now, the really exciting thing I want to tell you guys about is we said it in the last video that I'm doing a very unique launch of the first ever advanced classes. And I want to give you guys a tip. And you guys know I don't promote anything on this channel. I've never ever accepted money to promote anything on this channel. Everything is from my heart. And I'm doing this next launch based on, in my eyes, one of the premier business people out there that's doing a podcast. His name is Pat Flynn. And he has incredibly successful classes, and he has this philosophy about how he launches classes to make the classes the most powerful, the best, the very strongest classes you can imagine. And I'm taking his philosophy. I've read, he has 2 books. I've read a couple of his books, and I've been following his podcast for a while. So obviously this is not a paid endorsement for Pat Flynn, but a lot of you guys are here because you want to make more money. And Pat Flynn, he's legit. He's a legit guy. And if you know what I mean by legit, you'll know when you watch him. So if you want, throw him on when you're in the car and learn more about money, about business, about things that you guys can do on the side after work, to and from, whatever, to earn more money, because there's endless amounts of money in the world. But back to the classes. I'm doing a special launch for the advanced classes this Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So I'm super excited about that. There's going to be a ton of bonuses for everybody that signs up early. I'm only taking a limited number of people. So if you want access, make sure you follow me on Twitter. I'll be sending out a tweet right about 2 p.m. Eastern time for you guys to sign up. But it's going to be an incredible series all about indicators. Which indicators are the most accurate to use, which indicators are the least accurate to use, which indicators are best for day traders, which indicators are best for swing traders, which indicators are best for long-term investors, which indicators can we trust the most. So we're going to be going over Fibonacci, Bollinger Bands, we're going to be going over different oscillators, we're going to be going over stochastics, RSI, a lot of stuff, and I'm super excited. So this Friday, 4 p.m. or 2 p.m. Eastern time. Look out for that, everybody. I can't wait. I can't wait. Let me see if I missed anything. Oh, one last thing, guys. I asked you guys to vote, right, in the last video, what you would like for our new series. I've narrowed it down to 2. I would like you guys to vote which one of the 2 you prefer, and we'll go with the majority. So if you guys don't remember, it's a quick series that we're going to be doing from the heart about things that we're not paid to talk about. So actual real opinions, because there's a lot of fluff on YouTube. Everybody's being paid to talk about this ICO, paid to talk about this coin, paid to do interviews with the CEO. I haven't accepted any of that stuff. And we're going to do a new series that's actually legit. And we'll call the first name Shady or Legit. So vote if you like shady or legit. The second option is Trash or Cash. So what is the name of the series? Is it Shady or Legit, or Trash or Cash? So we'd love to hear your opinion. And I'm trying something new. Right on the screen now, there's going to be like videos that I've done before that you guys can click on, and you can click here to subscribe. But if you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button, join the family. We welcome you in, and we look forward to welcoming you into the classes as well. So take care, everybody. We'll see you on the next video. Fist pound to the crypto crew.